But I would say that God really get into my life at some point, and since then I never looked back ever since.
About dealing with mental health issues and the trauma suffered as a child. Having dealt with suicide attempt and depression, Wenzel is determined to break stigma and remove barriers that limit men in particular to speaking openly about their problems and depression. He believes that his story can be a catalyst to encourage open and honest dialogues as part of addressing mental health issues, as well as encouraging individuals to speak up, seek help and support to help them deal with these issues. Wenzel is an employee of the Namdeb Diamond Corporation as a plant helper at the Southern Coastal Mines number 3 treatment plant. And he is in studio this morning to chat to us all things his beautiful, inspiring story. Good morning, Wenzel.
Good morning, Adora.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Are you settling in?
Yeah, quite nervous, but we will do it.
Let's just think about this as a sitkamer conversation where we just talk about your inspiring story, okay?
Amen.
Now tell us a little bit about your childhood and how that contributed to who you are today.
I would rather say I grew up in a very loving family, raised by my grandmother in the dusty streets of Zeeplagte. Son up to be exact.
Die 12.
I'm telling you. We grew up in a very loving and a Christian environment. We had all the means, actually. I would say didn't go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Even though we grew up in a space where my grandmother was just on the means of the social grant. She was taking care of 5 other siblings. So we had what we had, was a loving environment around us.
Yeah. Before we get into why you are here today, let's quickly touch on some of the things that keep you grounded and motivated in life.
The humbleness, the environment that I grew up in, as I said before, loving people, show compassion to one another, be kind, and actually the thing just to show compassion to the next person.
Absolutely, very important. Now, what we'll be diving into is a part of your life story, and it's very personal to me as well, because I mean, I'm an advocate for men to speak up. But let's quickly go into how you maintain a positive work and life balance. And I'm sure we've spoken to so many Namdeb employees, and it's so profound to see the kind of support in your working environment. But let's just quickly go into you maintaining that positive work and life balance outside of work and your activism. What does Wenzel actually do?
It was not really easy, really, to come to at this junction in my life. It was really difficult, the traumas that I actually faced, childhood traumas, the rejections that I have during my childhood. But when things are really getting hard and you get to that point where you want to take your life and stuff like that, that you don't see anything going forward and stuff like that. But I would say that God really get into my life at some point. And since then, I never looked back ever since. And I tend to have that positive energy, positive attitude always. Don't mind what people are saying, thinking, or doing behind my back. That's the energy that gives me the drive actually to go forward on a daily basis. And I'm actually teaching my fellow colleagues and friends as well, in the meantime, just to avoid all those things, because those are the things that drive you to go into this depression, anxieties, and mental abilities that you cannot control.
Yeah, and that is, of course, just around you, making sure that you spread the positive message, because a lot of people are battling depression, and it's so profound to see a man speaking up. You know, it's beautiful to see men speaking to fellow men about mental health issues. Now, the month of November is all about raising awareness of men's health issues, okay?
Yes.
And such as, prostate cancer, also making it to that list, testicular cancer, and men's suicide. Now, you're a survivor of a suicide attempt.
Yes.
And I'm honestly interested in understanding more about your journey. How have you been able to overcome? Because obviously when you find yourself in that situation, you must be clouded by all the emotions.
Yes.
But you are a survivor, and today you can proudly tell your story. How have you overcome and managed the challenges associated with suicide thoughts?
I mean, you can only get help if you seek help. in the beginning. But I would like to thank even my company, Namdeb, as a whole, that has put all the resources at my disposal.
Yeah.
And we are also having a mental health department whereby you can seek help, talk to a qualified counselor, therapist, and stuff like that. And the people that were involved in my struggles, I would, even if I have to highlight them, Charlie August, Liberta Capere, even the Full Gospel Church in Oranienmoed was actually part and parcel of this transformation of my life.
And that is, of course, that brings me to the next question in terms of support system. You know, yes, Namdeb has availed, professionals to help you through this.
Yes.
And you've also mentioned a healthy family upbringing as a child. Now, what strategies have or support systems have played a significant role in helping you through those difficult moments? Yes, you mentioned Namdeb.
Yes.
You mentioned certain specific people.
Yes.
And is there anybody else you'd like to add to that list, or any company or any psychologist? Because we're also diving into the kind of help that is out there for others.
There is actually a lot of people that really, when you speak up, when you seek help, that shows that support that you need. There's also my foreman, Mr. Nikki Cordon. I would say Dr. Lillian Kawika was we're actually good friends now as we are speaking. Daisy Klamhamus, the clinical psychologist, she was actually the one that put the foundation of my transformation in this. And ever since that, I didn't stop seeking for help, speaking out, because the more I speak, I feel better every time.
Yeah.
Because the previous day is better than the next one for me.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't actually try to look down on someone else that faced the same problem, because some time back for me it was just like you would say, it's just any day things that this guy is talking about. But now I'm actually very personal about the whole issue. And going forward, I would just like to advocate everybody that it helps me. And sure, it can help you as well.
Absolutely. Now, I'm just going to spontaneously add something here. We all know that men generally go through so much pressure, and a lot of us don't realize what it takes for a man to be brave and to speak out. What was that turnaround point for you where you realized, you know what, maybe my problem is smaller than somebody else's, but it's okay to speak, it's okay to seek help, it's really okay to also find yourself in a vulnerable position?
The turnaround actually was the day that the incident said happened. Thinking that you woke up that morning and you just want to end your life.
Yeah.
It was dark and there was no other future or anything inside that you feel that you're going to make it. So I got in my car, and the first truck I'm going to see on the road, I'm going to drive into. But we can just thank God for His mercies and grace that He always bestowed upon us. My car ran out of fuel. And
I'm getting goosebumps.
and that's the moment that I just broke down and cried. Thinking that I have children also. I have 7 kids. And what could have happened if I have taken my life, or that my plan actually succeeded?
Absolutely.
There are struggles. But what will happen if I'm no longer there? Then they will be struggling, not just financially, but that moral support, that physical support that they need from a father will be gone. So that was a turnaround, and ever since that, I even have a better, how can I say, a better relation with my kids as well. Being part of them, not just financially, to also be there physically as well, and show them just compassion and the love that a father needs to give them. The things that I didn't have as a child growing up, because of the fact that I was conceived by 2 teenage parents, and we normally every kid seeks for that love of a father and a mother.
Absolutely.
But me now taking my own life would just not do any justice to them as well.
Absolutely.
So the turnaround was to give them what I didn't have.
What a beautiful, inspiring story. We're speaking to Wenzel Stephanus, who is a survivor of a suicide attempt, but also an advocate for men to really speak up and be brave enough to step out and say, I'm feeling this way, I'm going through this, and I'm just in a vulnerable space. Finally, Wenzel, is there any mental health advice you want to share with our listeners today?
I mean, there's a lot of resources and forms and activities that one can actually pursue. Even for my colleagues in Oranje, because we have lost 5 people in the space of 2 months due to suicide in Oranje. And it's a close and confined environment that we're having there. A very small community. There is help. I've even went to, if you feel that you don't want to speak to a professional, there are people that you maybe most likely trust a lot. And for you to just reach out, and I mean, it will help at the end of the day. It is still helping me. I'm doing constant counseling on a monthly basis. And the best part of it all is that I'm a fully fledged Christian. I'm going to church a lot, doing Bible studies, and even just interacting with a lot of the men out there that is trying to coach you and mentor you into how to become a better man, a better father, better partner even in life, and a better man in society as a whole.
Now, Wenzel, if there's somebody who'd like to reach out to you who might not be from the Oranje community, is there any Facebook account that you have? Is there any number you'd like to share? Somebody who'd just like to say, today I need to speak to Wenzel because I need to, also get out of what I am finding myself in.
Yeah, you can look me up on Facebook. I'm actually known as Stephanus. You can call me on 081-2955-6271. That's basically my contact that you can get.
Wenzel, thank you so much for coming out today and speaking to us and sharing your beautiful, inspiring story.
I thank you.
We wish you all the best. And that was Wenzel Stephanus speaking to us on, his journey as a suicide survivor. We're going to continue the show, and I would like to play you a song, one of my personal own, as I tell men that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to reach out.
That was 99 FM's Royal Hustlers.
Proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation.
Good today, better tomorrow.